Texas hockey fans, welcome back to Clean Sheet of Ice, a Texas hockey podcast on the Apollo Media Podcast Network. Last night, we had another overtime thriller. The Stars have led for a total of 62 seconds in this series, and somehow they have walked away with a 2-1 series lead against the Colorado Avalanche. On today's episode of Clean Sheet of Ice, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about a lot of Game 3. There's a lot of things that happened. It was a good game. It ended before midnight, so that was fun. I need some sleep. I don't know when I'll get it, but I'll sleep when I'm dead, I guess, or sleep after the cup. That's where I'm at right now. But the Stars win in overtime last night. Today's episode of Clean Sheet of Ice is brought to you by Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. Shout out to Zing Zang. I love America's #1 Bloody Mary mix, and so should you. Go get it wherever you get Bloody Mary mix. I get it at Target. You can get it at the liquor store. You can kind of get it wherever. Shout out to Zing Zang, Zang responsibly, and shout out to PrizePicks. Use code Apollo when you sign up and get to $100 matched on your first deposit. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy app. I am your host, Stone Strankman, joined always by Dom Garcia. How are we doing on this fine morning still? It's not afternoon yet.
We are doing as good as you can with as little sleep as possible. Everyone else tweeted it, and I felt the same way. There's no way I'm getting any sleep. I think I went to sleep at 3 in the morning. I actually went on my treadmill in my garage just because I was like, dude, I gotta tire myself out somehow. Like that. Oh boy, to have your best goal scorer, arguably, not play the game, to have your best defenseman, not arguable, not play the game, and win back-to-back overtime games is crazy against a team as good as Colorado. If you're a Colorado Avalanche fan, I'm sorry, you got to feel terrible. I mean, Landeskog coming back, you get 6 power plays this game, and you lose the game, like, boy, is that a gut punch to that Colorado bench. And boy, did that feeling have to feel good for the Dallas Stars. It was incredible. I am going to go to sleep right after this, but it will be worth it because the Dallas Stars are up 2-1 going into this weekend.
Game 2 was a marvel in itself. Obviously, I was there for it, so I got to see it in person, which was awesome. An overtime winner playoffs in person. Never experienced it before, so that was huge. That was an amazing feeling. It was an awesome game. It was terrifying all the same as it is when you're just watching it on TV, but having that in person was awesome. And then getting to stay at home, sit on the couch in my living room and watch the game and kind of be comfortable. Got a blanket, it's almost midnight. You just cozied up on the couch, but sweating underneath the blanket, but you don't want to take it off because then you get cold and it's a whole thing. So overtime winners are incredibly thrilling and obviously incredibly fun when you're on the winning side of it. And we've been on the losing side of it a few times in the past few playoffs, but I mean, 3 out of your last 4 wins against the Colorado Avalanche in the playoffs are overtime winners. It's insane. So game 3, obviously you said Landeskog, he came back. They did a full video thing on the board. It was a letter basically to Landeskog, watching his family grow up there, him grow up there, and leading them to the 22 Cup, and then making this journey back after 3 years of not playing hockey. The only 2 players that have gone in between 3 years of not playing NHL hockey were World War II veterans. They left for the war in the 1940s in World War II and then came back after the war after 3+ years and played NHL hockey. It hasn't happened since. And so it's an incredible story. I'm very excited to watch the documentary this summer. I'm waiting till the summer when I need some hockey in my life, and we don't have it anymore, so I'm putting that off for Clean Sheet, I believe. So they definitely copied us because we started this before that started coming out, but whatever. So Landeskog comes back. The crowd is just marvelous. I don't remember which player said it, but they said that was the hardest crowd that they've ever had to face in the NHL, in any environment, in any game. And I thought that was really impressive. I mean, the crowd had to have been jumping. You get your captain back after 3 years. Of course, the crowd's crazy. So first shift, obviously, he's on the ice. Mikko Rantanen lines up right next to him, the right wingers out there. So it was just a crazy environment just to start the game before anything even happened. And I'm impressed that the Stars didn't get scored on within 3 minutes.
Yeah, and, I saw some juice from that Dallas bench. I mean, we said it beforehand, like, this needs to be the 4th period. We need to do exactly what we were doing in last overtime and last 3rd period. We looked fast coming out. I I knew Colorado was going to have a trick up their sleeve, and but we said it. Can we get past the first 10 minutes? That'll be a huge hurdle. I think we got right around that 10-minute mark, and I was like, man, I feel pretty good about this game, even though this is a raucous crowd. American Airlines Center can be raucous, but man, you're right, man. That sounded unreal on TV.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the effect of getting your captain of your team, people's favorite player. I mean, he led them to a cup and 3 years ago. It's like it's one of their best players in franchise history, and having him come back after 3 whole years. So that's a whole lot of pent up anxiousness and like anticipation of having your captain back after that long, and him starting to skate over the last few months, and everyone just knew it was brewing. So it was a big exclamation point on them. Like you said, we almost got to the 10-minute mark. I think it was 8 minutes and change. The Stars go on the power play, and 15 seconds later, Val Nichushkin falls because he couldn't stay up on his skates last night twice. Actually, happened a few times, but twice he got a call, which we'll get into that second one later. But he falls down. Mikko Rantanen goes for the stick lift. He lifts his stick while Nichushkin is falling down. They call a tripping penalty. Phantom tripping call. So 15 seconds into the power play, it turns into 4-on-4, and had our first breakdown of the night. And we're kind of just used to it at this point. It's going to happen once a night where you're going to have a breakdown where someone's just free at Jake Ottinger, and it's 4-on-4 hockey. A pick was set by Brock Nelson, plain and simple. It really was. It's I think Razor said it on the broadcast. It was like, that is a textbook pick play interference call that has to be called, and it was not called. Duchesne is asking for the call while Nichushkin's still driving at the net. So breakdown and a little bit of complaining to the refs and not getting what they wanted, and deek goal in the back of the net. You're down 1-0 just about 9 minutes into the game, but you almost survived that first 10 minutes. I think you got past the crowd pop at that point. Obviously they let in the goal, so the crowd gets a little bit more rambunctious, but all in all, they started off the game tremendously in the first period.
Yeah, and that penalty, I was livid. Like, to foreshadow the rest of this podcast, like, for Colorado fans to be mad about the refs when just a phantom tripping gets called, like, come on, man. And then, that pick play looked like we're playing the Golden State Warriors right now, my Houston Rockets, and that looked like Steph going from the baseline to the corner three. Beautiful play. I really can't tell if that was intentional or not. Like, it looked organic, but also it still was a pick play no matter how you draw it up. It happened, and then Jake Ottinger dialed it in like we've seen Jake Ottinger do time and time in the playoffs. And boy, does I can never sing his praises enough. I mean, to be that big and to like, they were crowded in the net a lot, and it didn't phase him one bit. He was making saves left and right with his stick, with his blocker, with his pads, everything. He looked on fire last night.
Yeah, Otter he's been out of control the last two games. I mean, even game one, he was really good, but Blackwood has also been insane. He's got the better metrics, obviously, for game one, having all those shots on goal and only allowing one. And then Otter allowing 4 goals, technically speaking. He really didn't allow 2 of them. And then the third one is just like, yeah, that was a really good play. And then the fourth one, the game was over. So it's like his metrics don't look as good as Blackwood's, but Blackwood has pretty much matched Ottinger save for save this entire series so far, except for in overtime. Otter has been lights out in overtime. Like, high danger chances, incredible saves, glove saves. He's getting the rebounds. He's poking them out. He's getting the stick out of the way. Like, he's doing all kinds of things in overtime where it's what you want to see from your goalie. And Blackwood was doing kind of the same thing, but he's let in 2 overtime goals. And you can't really blame Blackwood. I mean, they were 2 really good plays where the guy kind of just had a point blank shot on him, and it just so happened that those goals went in. So you can't blame Blackwood necessarily. You got to blame the defense a little bit and kind of the positioning and how did no one go get the puck on the Blackwell one? Like, it was just sitting there and no one was paying attention to where the puck was. And then that goal last night was just an incredible play. We'll get to it, but thought the first period was pretty good. I think you had him in shots by a good margin. I think you only allowed 5 shots on goal in the first period. And obviously you let the power play goal in, and it was 4-on-4 goal go in, but you're kind of happy with where your game's at. You just need to get that goal. And then the second period, same thing. Just a lot of good saves from Otter. And then Blackwood, same thing. Just a lot of really good saves, and it's 1-0 heading into the third period. And this Stars team this year has been completely different from last year's, where in the regular season, where they could not win a game from coming from behind in the third period. If they were down a goal, they were pretty much losing a majority of them. I think they only had 3 come from behind wins in the regular season when they went into the third period down a goal or more. And this playoffs, it's already happened. I mean, it's happened 3 times, but 2 times where you actually had a shot. And it's incredible that they're just getting that one goal, just get it even. And second period was kind of the same thing, just working, and then nothing happened. And then you get to the third period, and you get a power play. You get 2 power plays, actually. Kind of the first power play was it was fine. Rupe had a really good first part of that shift, and then there was nothing that first power play. And then the second power play, Jamie Benn, Mason Marchment, Tyler Seguin, Thomas Harley, and who's the 5th guy on that? It's not Wyatt. It's not Duchesne. Who's the 5th guy on the ice? It's Duchesne, Seguin, Benn, Harley. Now I can't think of it.
There's been so much flip-flop.
Yeah, it's been different every time.
It's been different.
But nonetheless, maybe it was Dadonov, honestly. Might have been. Oh, no, it was Granny. I bet you it was Granny. That's who it was. And you get that second power play, and they have that little huddle right before the puck was dropped in the offensive zone. You get the offensive zone face-off. It's just like, look, Jamie Benn's calling all the boys together. They're in a huddle, and Jamie just, I would assume, says, we're going to win this draw, and we're going to fling the puck towards the net, because they didn't do that last time. We did a perimeter-style power play, and it didn't work. Just fling the puck at the net, get shots on net, and see what happens. Try to go for the rebound, go for the tip, whatever it may be. So they win the draw. Circles around a little bit, gets to Ben back to Harley. Harley flings it at the net, like we've seen him do for the last 3 or 4 months now at this point, since Miro went out. And Jamie Benn has a Joe Pavelski tip, like from very far out, just perfectly placed tip. And it was a great shot, obviously, from Harley, but it wasn't a shot. It was a pass shot. And Ben gets that tip and ties the game with, 14, 15, 16 minutes left in the third period. And you're looking at it and you're like, all right, we got our one. If you can get another in regulation, game's over. If not, go to overtime, probably going to win it there. Like, you just felt very comfortable after Jamie Benn got that goal.
Yeah, and I immediately thought the same thing. I thought right to Joe Pavelski. And I was listening to Chicklets today, the Stankoven interview, just because I didn't have time to listen to it earlier. But Biz was saying, like, so many players still in the league right now have Joe Pavelski's fingerprints on them, and this whole Dallas Stars team. I mean, that tip in was. I didn't realize it'd been so long since Jamie had scored. Like
19 games, I believe.
Yeah, like I remember waiting for that 400th goal forever, and I didn't realize it was that long. But boy, did it kind of feel when the setup was the puck was at the blue line. It felt like I felt good for some reason, and then just an unbelievable tip right into the net. And you were right. Like, I think you were right. In the first period, Colorado had 5 shots on net. Dallas had 13. As each periods grew, we started to get more even on the shots. But as we were down, I felt kind of good. And I felt that, man, it feels like Dallas is winning this game if you take the scoreboard out of the equation. Like, we were really good in the neutral zone. And that was something that Colorado had been good at. Puck battles, like it felt like we were rushed. Like, Colorado tried their best to slow the game down. We saw a bunch of pucks stuck behind the goal, and the refs had to call it.
A couple of times in the first period, yeah.
Yeah, and it felt like Colorado could not keep up with the speed. And then Jamie Benn, as reliable as ever. I mean, I don't know how many years it's been, but man, is it good to see him lead the charge, and just beautiful pass work, beautiful setup, and then a beautiful goal goes right into the net.
And it was magical just to get it on the power play, because you're like, you have to score on the power play in the playoffs, and you don't have to do it at like an incredibly high rate, but 20-25% of the time you need to be scoring on the power play in some way, shape, or form. And they hadn't really done that too much in the regular season towards the end of the season. And you're just like praying for last year not to happen again, where they just could not score on the power play. And you're praying for that to happen to the other team, which it did. We get to the third period and they're getting penalties left and right.
Yeah.
And then with 39 seconds left, Mason Marchman's trying to clear the puck. Brock Nelson's bent all the way over. He's like at his waistline. Mason clears the puck and gets it out of the zone, but his stick follows through into Brock Nelson's nose area. He started bleeding immediately. They call that high sticking 4-minute double minor, and they called it immediately. They obviously have to go look at it to see if it's double minor or actual minor, and it was a 4-minute minor. I mean, he was bleeding. So can't argue with the call, but with 39 seconds left in the game, it's like, how are we doing this again? Like back-to-back games where you get the game-tying goal in the third period, and then you take a penalty with less than 2 minutes left in the third period, and then you got to go into overtime if they don't score on the PK. And it's just horrifying for that to happen at that time. And Mason Marchman obviously is the guy that's going to create chaos in a good way or a bad way in every game, and he's going to do both things multiple times. So it was a consequence of how he plays, and we're used to it. Stars fans, saw a lot of them dogging on Mason Marchman. I'm like, that's the Mason Marchman experience. I'm come to expect it. I've come to grips with it. Like, I understand that it's going to happen at some point. It just so happened to be with 39 seconds left in the third period, and it was terrifying.
Yeah, and I didn't look at the metrics. I saw the tweet that was out. I thought Mason Marchman played a fantastic game. Really, a bunch of players played out of their mind. The broadcast was saying it like Mikko Rantanen. He's like, it's not showing up in the stat sheet right now, but Mikko Rantanen is going off this game, and he was chirping the Colorado bench. He was into it. They interviewed him, I think, going into the third, and it just felt like it felt like Colorado was locked in too, but it really felt like Dallas was locked in all night. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Stone. Like, going into overtime with like 3 minutes of a power play, I was like, all right, we're down. We're going down 2-1. There's no way. Nathan McKinnon's on the other side. Like, there's no way you kill that off. And they find a way to do it. Esa Lindell might be the most underrated player in all of Dallas, Texas right now. That dude is elite on the penalty kill.
So, someone tweeted that out as like, he's the most underappreciated DFW star in all of sports for the last decade, essentially. Like, he came up in 15-16. He's never been a minus in the NHL except for his first 4 games of his rookie year in 15-16. He was a -4 or -3 in 4 games. He's been a plus on some bad Stars teams. He's been a plus on every good Stars team. It's like, he is the pillar of the best PK that we've seen in the last 3 years in the NHL. I mean, they were first in 3 out of 5 metrics, and then they were like 3rd and 5th or 3rd and 4th in the other 2 metrics. Like, they're the best PK in the NHL over the last 3 seasons, but bar none. Like, it's not even close. And Esa Lindell is the pillar of that. He sets the example. He does so many good things. And then you get to that overtime period. You got a little over 3 minutes left, 3 minutes and 20 seconds, I believe, of power play to kill. And if you don't kill it, the game's over. Like, it's not like you got the rest of the period. You have to kill it. And heading into it, I was just like, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they have to do it. Just somehow. Just get through that. And there was that one play. Jake Ottinger is over on the right side of the post, and he defended a shot, and then the shot didn't happen. And then it goes to the Colorado player, and Esa Lindell's just creeping over towards the goal. Kind of big body. I mean, he's 6'4", 6'5". Like, he's a big guy. Large man. Always smiling for no reason, even when they lose. It's the best. Love Esa. But he's just trying to create a little bit of space for himself. It's just like trying to be a big body, like a goalie would if they kind of perk up into the goal. Like, he's doing that, and he's just kind of sticking limbs out wherever he can. And that shot just barely grazed his thumb on the glove. And it goes wide right of the goal by a couple of inches, maybe 3. Like, it missed by a hair, and it just barely hit Esa. Esa did everything he could. He did the right thing as the defender on the PK, just trying to be a big body and stop it. And man, when that happened, I was like, all right, we can win this game. And there was still penalty kill to happen after that. Like, that wasn't the end of the power play and by any means. And I was like, all right, that save happens, we're winning the game. This is like last year when Ottinger had the the save against maybe the Blues in the regular season where he just kind of stuck his stick out. He was falling down and he just like threw a stick and it just bounced right off of his stick. And I was like, all right, we're winning this game. It's over. Like that happens. All momentum shifts towards the Dallas Stars because Colorado just thought they won it. Much like we thought we won it last year in Game 6 with Mason Marchment. Then all the momentum kind of shifts. And it's like, okay, we can settle into this. It'll be fine. We'll get another goal. And then Colorado didn't get another goal. They killed off that penalty. 4-minute penalty with 39 seconds left in the third period and 3 minutes and 21 seconds in overtime. It's incredible that they went 0 for 6 on the power play. Nathan MacKinnon was a -1 with no points last night. It was 6 power plays.
There's only one PK unit, I think, in all of the NHL that would have possibly had a chance of killing 4 minutes of a Colorado penalty, and it's the Dallas Stars. It just so happens to be the Dallas Stars PK unit. I mean, that penalty in the third period, I think it was early, it was maybe middle of the third. They didn't record one shot on goal. Like,
and we had a 2-on-1
yeah,
rush.
like that's how
with Oscar Beck and Sam Steele.
I don't know Peter DeBoer's system, but whatever it is, man, it's elite. Like
Steve Spott. He's the specialties coach.
Steve Spott. Well, please stay in the DFW for as long as possible, at least until we win a cup, and hopefully that's now. But yeah, my goodness, man. I mean, when you have a PK that good and you have a goalie that good, you know you got to play perfect hockey. And Colorado played good hockey, but they didn't play perfect hockey.
It's still unbelievable right now. I mean, we're 12 hours from when they scored, like when the overtime ended, and it's just incredible that they went 0 for 6 on a power play. Like the Stars did that a bunch last year, and I was just like, this sucks, dude. And it has to be so demoralizing for not only the fans, but the squad as well. It's like we have to score on a power play here, and if they scored on one of those power plays, that game's probably over. We probably don't even go to overtime. Like probably never even happens. Or if they score on the overtime, it's obviously golden goal, so it's over. And it's just like Jake Andre was unreal. The defense on the PK was unreal. And you said Esa Lindell is one of the most underrated players in DFW sports. I want to give a shout out to Ilya Lyubushkin. He was second on the NHL stat sheet scorecard, I believe, and like metrics and all that kind of stuff. And I thought Lyubushkin's been really good this series. And he was really good probably the first 50 games or so of the season. And then Miro goes out and everything started to dwindle a little bit. Everyone was getting more tired. Everyone's playing more minutes and everything. I thought Ilya Lyubushkin, since the playoffs have started, has stepped up and surpassed what he was doing earlier in the season where I thought he was really good. He's been incredible. Like he's putting stops on Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar. Like he's stepping up and making plays on people that he's not fast enough to keep up with those guys. And somehow he's getting his stick in the right way. He's getting his body in the right way. So Ilya Lyubushkin, he's on that PK unit sometimes as well with Esa Lindell, and he's been exceptional as well. So I wanted to give a shout out to him.
Just really our entire blue line, everyone on the defense. It was just such a gutsy game. I mean, Liam Bichel took a shot to his liver, and you know, I've
it was his nuts.
Ooh, that's even worse. And then to come back and like continue to play, like I get scared. Just not that he's playing bad, but he's a rookie, and he's not the fairest of skaters out there, but he still has that confidence to play really good hockey. He let a slapper go that was a couple inches away from getting over that glove. If he can continue to play well, and you know, it looks really good that our defense is as elite as it is without Miro Heiskanen. And when Miro Heiskanen comes back, my goodness, is the pendulum going to swing. Everybody had Colorado winning this game, and rightfully so. I mean, you're in your home ice for the first time in the playoffs. Like, we had no business winning that game, if I'm being honest, and we did, and I still can't believe it.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen the actual deserve to win meter that everyone puts out after games, but I felt like we deserved to win that game. We deserved to win game 2. I think game 1, it was like 70% Dallas deserved to win that game. And I'm looking at the score sheet real quick, but yeah, so the deserved to win meter last night had to have been in favor of Dallas. We had the better shots on goal. We had the better defense. They had one power play goal in the first period with like 8 minutes there, 8 minutes into the game. So like that's the only like crazy good scoring chance they had all game. So I thought that we played a lot better. I thought Mikko Rantanen should have had a couple goals in the first and second period. Like he almost stuffed it a few times, and Jamie Benn should have had one. Like there's a lot of players that should have had a goal in that. Liam Bichel won in that, I believe the third period. That was a real good one. It just went right on his glove. Like the guy Blackwood had his glove ready and it worked. So, but overtime, we killed off the penalty. 3.5 minutes of it, basically. 5.5 minutes into the game. So I want to point this out before we get to the actual goal of itself. Mikko Rantanen is on the ice. He is well past the end of his shift. Everyone else that is on the ice has started a new shift, except for the defenseman. So you got two new forwards. You got Mason Marchment and I believe Tyler Seguin out there. It's like, or Matt Duchene. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was, yeah, it was Seguin and Marchment. And Mikko, he was double shifting a lot last night because Oscar Back went out for a little bit with his arm. He ended up coming back in the third period, which was good to see. But end of his shift, he's played a lot of minutes. And Druin for Colorado is fresh on the ice, a few seconds. Like he just got out there. So he's got full bar on EA Sports NHL. Like he's got the full green bar. Mikko's dead red. Like there's nothing left in that tank. Druin gets the puck. Mikko Rantanen fights him for it. Like he's stick lifting. He's pushing him out of the way. He's making sure that his big body gets that puck. And he gets it past the blue line, past the red line, passes it right off the boards, just trying to shove it down the ice, basically, was all he was trying to do. And it perfectly went to Mason Marchment. Mason Marchment has some speed, gets past the defender, fins him off a little bit, turns around, uses his big body to keep the defender away, keeps the puck clear, sends a pass to Tyler Seguin. Tyler Seguin right off the skate, perfectly bounced right off the skate to his stick on the handle, shot it immediately. I think it went under Blackwood's arm, like in between the hole of his body and his arm. Like I think that's where it went. I can't see it. I have no angle. I've watched it hundreds of times at this point. I don't know how that puck got in. Tyler Seguin scores the overtime winner for the Dallas Stars in game 2. Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin. It feels like it's 2015 all over again. The new dads are out there winning games for the Dallas Stars. There's 2 goals. All you needed was 2, and he got them from those 2 guys. It's just an incredible story that he worked back from hip surgery in the way that he did. And then he comes back and he has 2 goals in 2 games.
Just
what a story.
And,
what a story.
You know, the whole setup of that was so beautiful. I mean, Mikko battling for the puck, Marchman off balance, probably had one skate on the ice, making an unreal setup, and then Tyler banging it home. And the announcer was so good on that call. PK Subban pointed out, like, I waited for Mikko Rantanen to step up. He's Mr. Playoffs. I want to see him be Mr. Playoffs. And that's exactly what he showed. I mean, just big body, tired as hell, gets the puck in a position to make a play, and then you make a play. You can't ask for much more. And to go from our 4th liner winning the game to the guy that stirred the drink on the best line in all of NHL hockey to get the next game winner, it just feels so good. It feels so good. I mean, we got a tough game coming up, but to sit back and it still hasn't sunk in yet, and I'm still loving it. This excitement and the whole NHL postseason is always great, but this series has been something to watch for a non-fan of these 2 teams, and for fans of these 2 teams who have been going at each other on Twitter. I've been seeing it. It's been fun, but sometimes it gets a little up there. But it's an incredible time to be watching, arguably, in my opinion, the 2 best teams in the West.
Yeah, this is a Western Conference final matchup. This is a Stanley Cup final caliber matchup. That's what it feels like, because obviously 2-1, 4-3, I believe, in game 2. Like, these games are not like blowouts in any way, shape, or form. Even game 1. I know the score sheet says that it was a blowout, but it was not. Like, it was a very close game. I haven't experienced a series like this. Maybe Vegas last year in round 1. It's like, this is kind of what it felt like, but this is on a higher octane. It's a bigger level of it. And it's just, terrifying from puck drop till that last goal goes in. It's horrifying the whole time. But hockey playoffs have been incredible. Stanley Cup playoffs, unreal. Every series has been fairly good for the most part. Like I haven't seen a bad series yet. I mean, the Battle of Florida was a blowout, but it was a fun game. Like those teams hate each other, so it's like all these series are incredible, and somehow we're in the one that has the two of the best teams in the Western Conference, maybe the two best teams in the Western Conference, and two of the best teams in the NHL, regardless of who's on the ice. And just to be up 2-1 without Robo, without Miro, is a blessing, but it's also a credit to the guys. It's like they knew they had to win some games without these guys, and they're doing it right now without those guys. And two of the most important players on the ice as well. So getting Seguin back helped, obviously. He got that goal in game 2, game winner in game 3, but he's still coming back from injury. It's not like he's 100% just yet. Like he's still easing into things, and he's played one game 82. Like he doesn't have game speed yet. And just imagine when he has game speed.
Like I saw a story. I don't know who wrote it, but somebody was saying that like, yeah, Tyler Seguin was not missing the playoffs. There was no way. They said he like basically turned his house into a rehab center. And like a lot of doctors were saying like you will not be 100%, but maybe if everything goes perfect, you can play. And I don't know if the recovery went perfect, but it sure looks like it, because to be out there doing the things he's doing is incredible. And Landeskog, I think he only played like 15 minutes, maybe.
I think it was just shy
11.
of 11.
Okay, for not playing for NHL hockey for 3 years, that was about as good as you could look, if I'm being honest. Like I was fully expecting when he laid that hit right at the jump, I was like, oh boy, if this is a Landeskog of old and he hasn't missed a beat, it's gonna be a long day. But man, the boys did not waver one bit. They took the hits. Liam Bishop got laid out, and I didn't know it was possible for a guy that big to get laid out.
It was Kiviranta too, of all people. It was Joel Kiviranta.
I was like, whoa, that had to have been some force. And gets right back up on the horse and gets right back to work. I mean, the level of locked in that the Dallas Stars were last night, I don't know if I've ever seen from any team in the NHL. Like they just, even when they were down, it didn't feel like they were down. Like they were still hustling, and they were winning so many puck battles. I don't know the face-off win percentage, but it felt like we were winning a lot of them. It was such a gutsy win last night.
Yeah, incredible win. But now the focus goes over to game 4. You're still in Colorado. Saturday night, 8:30 puck drop, aka 8:52 puck drop. We're never going to sleep, is what I've learned this series, because game 5, also an 8:52 puck drop in Dallas. So I'll be there for that one, game 5. And there is a game 5 guaranteed, but Saturday night, game 4. So a little birdie told me yesterday, a little source said that Miro Heiskanen was going to be back game 3 or game 4. There was a very real possibility that he was playing game 3. Now that you've won game 3, I think you wait. I don't think you play in game 4. I think you wait till you see the results of game 4. Because if you win game 4, I'm not playing Miro till the second round. I'm just not going to do it. Like you can beat him without Miro Heiskanen, and you can give him an extra week or 2 of rest. Taking that all day long, making sure he's as close to 100% as possible, and get him back for the second round. But if you lose game 4, then there's a very real possibility that he plays game 4. It's not out of the realm of possibility, that because he was playing in morning skate the other day. They were doing power play units, and he was on the power play unit. I don't know if it was top 1 or the second one. I would assume that it's the second one, because Harley's been so good on PP1. He can't just risk putting Miro out there who hasn't played in a few months now. So very real possibility that Miro Heiskanen is on the ice for game 4. If not, game 5. It's like my game 5 prediction is looking pretty good right now. Not going to lie. My game 5, Miro Heiskanen's coming back, but your Stars in 5 is also looking pretty crispy right now.
Yeah.
I didn't see it happening, but there's a real possibility that happens now. You win game 4 in Colorado. I mean, you've already got rid of the jump. Like you got rid of the crowd bump from Landeskog. Now it's game 4, and it's a must win for them, I would argue. Because if they lose, you're down 3-1 heading back to Dallas. It's not a lot of tougher barns to play in with an elimination game on the table for the Dallas Stars. So game 4 is a huge one. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and, the play of the Ilya Lyubushkins and the Cody Cece's have awarded you a little bit of a cushion for Miro Heiskanen, I believe. I mean, if they're going to play like they did, and really, I think what I've enjoyed watching of Cody Ceci is he gives you very little room to then make that pass that goes to the pass on the goal. Like if he basically he'll give you a cushion, but he says, "All right, you can make that pass, but it has to be perfect to get through. Because if it's not perfect, I'm going to deflect it just a little bit to where it's a turnover." And that's exactly what's been happening. And it's been great to see because it's hard to stop when Colorado's going downhill on you. Very few teams in the league can keep up with that speed, and our physicality and our stick work has been able to combat it. I'm interested to see how Colorado answers the bell. It's listen, man. If you're a fan of the Colorado Avalanche, like you very much feel defeated, and to get that much penalty time, the too many men on the ice penalty was a killer for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk about the refs, but there were some calls that could have gone Dallas's way. It's in the past though. It's behind us. Dallas Stars are up 2-1, in case anybody was wondering. But like it's like last year when I watched the Astros play the Tigers, and I was like, I can't really blame the pitching because they battled. I can't really blame the defense because they battled. Detroit got us. And that's kind of how the Stars have felt in these last two games. Like we stayed in it just enough to where if we can get a chance to win, we will answer. And we definitely have answered. And now you got to step on their throat. If you can go back to home ice up 3-1, boy, is that a huge confidence boost for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's tough as a fan and probably as a skater as well. Like if you can win one in Colorado, that's huge. Just get back 2-2, game 5, win that, and then you got 2 games to play with. Like you can do that. But in the first round against this team, you want to get them out of the way as fast as possible. And now that you've won 2 back-to-back overtime games and with only 62 seconds of leading a game this series, playing with house money. Like you haven't led this series. And it's not because you haven't played well enough to not lead this
exactly.
series. So if you're playing well enough and then you're starting to find the leaks and how to work this defense and find the spots to get the shots off, to get to Blackwood, like they're learning every game. They're getting better. They progress every period. That's what they do. They start off a little bit slow in the first period and then they build off of it. But they haven't really started slow in the last 2 first periods. They just let in the first goal. If you can go get that first goal and then hold on to it for 5+ minutes, all of a sudden, like, again, house money. You're playing with house money if you can get that first goal and survive the next 2 minutes, really, of not letting that next goal in, because that's been a crutch that I don't want to talk about anymore. Like I'm tired of talking about how they score 60, 70 seconds after the Dallas Stars score. So you get that first goal in the first period, shut that crowd up a little bit, and all of a sudden you're in the driver's seat. Like it's been so hard to score on Jake Ottinger, and the defense has been so stellar for the most part. Like they've had one mess up pretty much every game where it's been just they missed assignment. That's really all it is. And if you can just get that first goal, I feel so confident if we score the first goal. It's just like, okay, now we can skate for 50 more minutes and we're fine. It's like you win 1-0 and then you're like, okay, cool, sick. But game 4 is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. It's in Colorado again, 8:30 on Saturday night. You get to sleep in on Sunday, so that's a blessing. We don't have to do this too many times, hopefully, after we get through the first round. Hopefully we can get some like 7:30 puck drops. 7:52. I'll take that. 8:52 is just brutal.
Yeah, hopefully this is the last game we play in Colorado if my prediction comes right and Stars are in 5 games. And hopefully it's Mikko Rantanen shutting that Colorado fan base up and quieting that crowd. He, like, you and I can both feel it. Like he's really gelling now more than ever. He was gelling a lot when Rune Robo were on the power play together, but you can see like everyone's kind of stepped back and say, all right, he looks like he wants to take over and we're just going to follow behind him. And that's what I've seen. I've loved the play I've seen from Mason Marchment. I think he's really stepped up. I think, not even in just the the play of hockey, but just the shit talking. Like we need a shit stir. And Mason Marchman, the camera caught him with a hot mic, and I was like, hell yeah, Mason. Like that's what I need.
Was it when he was on
Yep.
the bench? And DeBoer goes, "All right, let's calm
Yep.
down." And he stands up and goes,
Yeah.
"Fuck you." It's so good. It's like a full 2 or 3 seconds after DeBoer says, "Let's calm down, guys." And he just stands up and yells, "Fuck you." You got him. Colin Blackwell's a pest. Like, he's not fun to play against. Jamie Benn is like probably the least favorite player across the NHL. Like, if you play against him, like, you just don't want to play against him because he's an asshole. Like, you have that factor going for you. You're playing with house money because you've won 2 games now with only leading games by 62 seconds. That's it. They've led for over 90 minutes, I believe, that they've led those games, and they are down 2-1. So get game 4, and I'm ready for round 2 at that point. Obviously, you got to finish the job and everything, but you're in the driver's seat of all driver's seats. Like, you can't get better than that other than a sweep, honestly, and you weren't going to sweep this team. This team's too good to be swept, but you do this. If you can win 3 games without Miro Heiskanen, I'm really just cool with not playing him until round 2 if you feel like it. Because even if you lose game 5, I feel pretty good in game 6. Like, you've already won 2 in Colorado if that happens, and you're feeling really good. And then if you need to, you throw him in game 7, and you're like, all right, we got Miro fucking Heiskanen back. Okay. Have fun, guys. It's not going to be good for you.
Yeah, man. I mean, just the power play with Thomas Harley, I just objectively is better. It's better with him. And that's a weird thing to say because of how good Miro Heiskanen is. But yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, in my opinion. And with the way they've been playing, I know they've only been leading for like a minute, but the 2 benches know who's been winning this series, even without the scoreboard. It's been the Dallas Stars, and you just gotta, keep your head down and get some rest and just do exactly what you're doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep. So game 4, Saturday night. We'll get into it then. We'll be back on Sunday to recap that game, and then I'll be in person again on Monday night. Another 8:52 puck drop. I can't do it anymore. I just need something to stop doing that. But the Stanley Cup playoffs have been exceptional. This series has been exceptional for us as well as just hockey fans in general. Not so much for the Avalanche fans, but that's fine by me. Just, if they win game 4, I'm so in. Like, I've been in on this team, and obviously get Mikko Rantanen, but unsure about when Miro Heiskanen coming back, and then game 82, Robo gets hurt, and you're like, golly, just like everything is not breaking our way this season. But if you get through this series in 5 or 6 games, it's gonna be tough to beat them after that.
Buddy, I think we had to sacrifice the Dallas Mavericks for the betterment of the American Airlines Center and the Dallas Stars. I really do. I think, what happened, but boy, are those feelings gonna wash away if the Dallas Stars bring home a Stanley Cup?
I said it last year. So obviously the Stars are in the Western Conference Finals. The Mavericks made the finals. I was like, before they made the finals, I was like, I would rather have a Stars Cup now. Joe Pavelski's at the end of the road. Jamie Benn's getting older. It's like, these guys aren't going to be here forever. I know that guy's going to be here forever. Turns out he wasn't. Talking about Luka Doncic. But I was like, I need a Stars Cup this year or next year. I would sacrifice whatever chances the Mavericks have to win a NBA Finals before then, if that meant I can get a Stars Cup first. And now it's I only get a Stars Cup. That's the only thing I have an option about. Like, that team stinks over there in American Airlines Center. The other one, the blue team. But if they win this year, that same team's coming back. That's not a fun thing for the rest of the NHL to hear. But that's a long road from now. That's the end of June. Like, we got 2 full months before we're there. I think game 7 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals is June 23rd. I'm going to leave after that and go on vacation, but I will be in Dallas, Texas until then. So it's been a blast. 2 overtime winners, Tyler Seguin winning it. The 2 new dads, Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin, is 2015 all over again. And up 2-1, playing with house money now. So let's go get game 4. We'll be back on Sunday at some point. We'll do a recording and get it up on Sunday before the afternoon. And we're getting closer. We're getting closer to round 2, but long way to get there. You got to get 2 more wins. But the Stars win in overtime. Tyler Seguin is your overtime hero. Shout out to our sponsor, Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix, and shout out to Prize Picks, our daily fantasy app of choice. Use code Apollo when you sign up and get up to $100 matched on your first deposit. Dom, thank you for joining me. Stars fans, enjoy the next few days. You get a couple extra days off, get some sleep before Saturday night when the Stars play the Avalanche in Colorado again at 8:52. God, every time I say it, it's brutal. But we'll be back very, very soon with another episode of Clean Sheet of Ice, the Texas Hockey Podcast.